Hi, I'm Father Matt, speaking to you with the Franciscan 40 reflection for the third Sunday in Lent. It took me a couple minutes to get this reflection together because I couldn't figure out how the first reading, which is the Ten Commandments, and the Gospel, which is the cleansing of the temple, went together. But finally read a good commentary, so here you go. Israel's religion was different. Unlike other religions of the ancient Near East, the Hebrews brought worship of God and moral living together under one figurative roof. For example, in the sixth commandment, to commit adultery is not only to violate the covenant with your spouse, but to violate the covenant with your God. Jesus is God, the divine Son. So he personally took the transgressions of the money changers charging exorbitant exchange rates and those price gouging pilgrims who had to buy ritually clean and unblemished animals and birds of sacrifices. Furthermore, this usury and profiteering occurred inside the temple in the outermost court designated for the Gentiles to worship. Jesus said, "Take these out of here and stop making my Father's house a marketplace." Zeal for God's house consumed Jesus in two ways. First, he was uncompromising about right worship. The Gentiles had to have a quiet, holy place to pray. Setting up shop in their court amounted to excluding them from the right worship of the living God. Second, he was uncompromising about right worship. Yes, you heard me correctly. I repeated it. It was a sin against both God and neighbor to charge unjust exchange rates to foreigners who didn't have the correct currency to pay the temple tax. And it was sinful as well to mark up the prices of animals demanded by the law for temple sacrifice. To mistreat God's children through injustice is to offend their Father and to commit sacrilege if considered figuratively. Worship and morality are intimately connected for the Jew and for the Catholic. For Jesus to boldly drive out the money changers and animals cost him his life. In other words, being zealous for God's law got Jesus killed. In John's Gospel, this event occurs near the beginning of Jesus' ministry, but in the Synoptics, it occurs during the end. In terms of chronology, the Synoptics are probably most accurate, and that Jesus' arrest and execution occurred shortly after this event would be no surprise. So to apply this passage to our own lives, I suggest that we start as home. As Catholics, we're universal. We think universally. But let's think globally, but act locally. Is there any way in which I am unjust? For instance, does the way that I treat my brothers and sisters, including classmates, gas station attendants, professors, Democrats, Republicans, those who wear masks, those who refuse to, does that demonstrate my belief that they are truly children of God just as I am? To bring my moral life under greater scrutiny is another way to look at how I worship. Our moral lives and worship come together for the Catholic just like they do for the Jew. May God bless you.